Hey guys, I am back. It's Eric from Free NBA Daily Plays, Free NBA Daily Bets. You can find all my plays at Twitter at Easy Money Wins. Just like it sounds, guys, Easy Money Wins. And today, obviously, the Tuesday games, just a couple games, didn't do too well in them. Probably be a small losing day. But that's okay. In sports betting, that happens a lot, and you just kind of have to tread water until you get into your groove and this games start falling your ways, and the ball starts bouncing your way. So, yeah, let's move on to Wednesday, guys. It's a really, really big slate, a lot of games, a lot to talk about. Let's do it. All right. So the first game up is Atlanta at Washington. And these two teams just played the other night. And let me see, let me pull it up here. Okay, cool. Yeah, these two teams played the other night, and Washington won. Not to my surprise, because I had a 4-unit play on the Wizards in that game, and so the Wizards came through for me. Now, this game is a lot different, in my opinion, just because obviously the injury designation. So, Kyle Kuzma is not going to play for Washington, and so that really leaves a lot. I mean, they're already a really young team, but I mean, that leaves two rookies coming off the bench, and then Jordan Poole leading the gang. Like I don't feel good about that. I think the Hawks, even though the Hawks they'll be without who is it? Dyson Daniel. They'll be without Dyson Daniels, and then they'll maybe DeAndre Hunter might not play as well. So, but both teams don't have a game on Thursday, so this is like a standalone spot for them. And then Washington starts a 3-game homestand, and the Hawks, I believe, return back to Atlanta. So, with all that said, like I trust Trey Young to get this done. It's a short number. I think it's like -4 right now. Let me see. Yeah, -4, total of 234.5. I think it goes under just because I don't trust Washington. Like you got to have Kuzma in there. You got to have Kuzma or Poole in there, in my opinion, to get a lot of points. And then for the Hawks, they're pretty thin as well. Like Krejci, I don't know how to say his name. Krejci, the guy on the bench, the guard, and obviously Dyson Daniels and DeAndre Hunter. Like those are all good players. Whoever's coming in for them, and then also Bogdanovich is already hurt as well. So yeah, I like under 234.5. I think I'm going to get there with it. It's just these teams don't play defense. That's the only thing. And like that game, I was on the over 234 in the last game, and it really shouldn't have gotten there, but it did just because they just don't know how to close games. So like both teams keep the other teams around, and like they just score a lot of points at the end, and that's kind of what happened. The points just poured in at the end. So I still lean under 234.5 without Kuzma and with all the Hawks injury situations too. But yeah, I'm probably going to bet the Hawks first quarter, first half, full game, and then I might even get there with under 234.5. We'll see, guys. We'll see. All right, next game up is Toronto and Charlotte. So the Raptors are at Charlotte. Both teams are not on a back-to-back, meaning they didn't play tonight and they don't have a game tomorrow. And let's see, Charlotte starts a 4-game homestand. This is the second game of that 4-game homestand. Toronto, it's a standalone road game. Manuel Quickley's doubtful. Scotty Barnes is not playing this one, so that's a big thing, guys. Scotty Barnes is not playing in this one. So I can only look one way, guys. I can only look one way. And I mean, the Raptors, they've been impressive, and as far as like they're not quitting. They're not quitting. They're really giving a lot of effort. So I feel good with. I still feel good with Charlotte at home. It's just, I mean, they're not going to have Brandon Miller, but they haven't had him for like 2 or 3 games now. So I feel good with the Hornets. Wow, this line jumped up, guys. I don't know if I feel this good about it. It opened at -4. It's up to -6.5. Oh boy. I mean, with the Hornets to win by 7, I don't know, guys. That's steep. I feel better on the 4 3-point range. But for them to win by 7, the Hornets, Raptors are banged up. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to think about that one. That's kind of steep. I didn't think it was gonna jump all the way to 6. I mean, I know Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickly. That's a big drop off, but R.J. Barrett's still over there, and I don't know, guys. That's a little too high for me. I'll see. We'll see. Over unders at 226. That's tough too. I guess I would lean under with no Emmanuel Quickly and Scotty Barnes. Maybe it's not tough. I kind of like that under 226. I'm gonna look into that. I like that under 226. I'm gonna write that down real quick, guys. All right. While I'm doing that, the next game up. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I write that down. I'm a high volume bettor, guys. Like anything I see, I like. I'm gonna write it down and look into it. Okay. Next game up. Let me see my notes. Sorry, my notes aren't in line with the game schedule. The Lakers at Cleveland. So obviously, this is LeBron James going back to Cleveland. I mean, he does it every year, but this time's different, obviously, because Bronny James is with him. So it's gonna be a big game. It always is. The crowd's gonna be hyped. Crowd's gonna be really, really excited, as they should be. The Lakers are looking at potentially no D'Angelo Russell, and then Austin Reeves has an injury designation as well. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see with those guys. You definitely want them in if you're going to bet the Lakers. Line was -5 when I did my notes earlier. Let me see what's at now. Lakers. Where's that game? There it is. It's -5. Yeah, still -5. -5 for Cleveland. So, and Cleveland's rolling, guys. Cleveland's rolling with that new head coach, Kenny Atkinson, from the Warriors. Like he's rolling, man. He's got them rolling. I mean, I know they beat 3 cupcakes to start the season, but then they beat the Knicks. That's an impressive win. I know the Knicks still have a lot of new pieces, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. The Knicks just have a lot of new pieces, but I could only look Lakers +5 in this one. I mean, LeBron always puts on a show. I could see a close game. Lakers are good enough to win this game too. JJ Redick's going to have them going. I think I'll get there. I think I'll get there on the Lakers. I really do. But I know the Cavaliers. I know the Cavaliers players. They get up for this game too. They're going to be ready. They're going to be excited to play as well. So totals at 225.5. I like the. That's tough, guys. Kind of like the over. If LeBron's trying to put on a show, it's not defensively. He's going to try to score some points. I think everyone's trying to score some points. I could only lean over there. I could only look over 225.5. All right, next game, Boston Celtics at Indiana Pacers. And let's see, no teams on back-to-back. So they don't play tomorrow, and they didn't play. They don't play Thursday, and they did not play today as well. This is the start of a 4-game road trip for Boston. Everyone's healthy that's been playing. This is the Pacers have a 2-game road trip on deck. Miles Turner has an injury designation for Indiana. Other than that, they're pretty healthy. So, this is obviously the last time Indiana played Boston. Boston clinched the Eastern Conference Finals on their home court. So, and they didn't have Halliburton for that game. Halliburton got hurt like first game of the series or something like that. So I don't know, guys. It's so hard to bet against Boston. It's so difficult. The line's up to -7 for them on the road. But, guys, it's hard to bet against Boston. If there's one team that can take a game from a 1-point lead to a 10-point lead in a matter of literally a minute and a half, that's them. So you could think you had this bet won all game, and then they just pull away in the last 2 minutes and win by 8 points, and then you lose. So that's tough, guys. That's tough. Pacers are playing better. That road win at Orlando, that was a good bounce back for them. I think they kind of get their act together. And then Evan Turner obviously called out Tyrese Halliburton, saying that he's mid. I don't necessarily agree with that. He's not mid, but I see where he was going with that. I do. You know, Halliburton kind of like went into that realm of like basically superstar almost, and then is also like he made the Olympics over other guys that, in my opinion, were better than he was. So I can understand that comment, but still, um, 7 points and they're at home, and I do lean Indiana +7. I do. I lean Indiana +7. Over unders 233 and a half. That's tough because both these teams can play defense if they want to, but I don't know. Again, like hide in situation, usually I feel like the ball goes in a lot. You know, in games like this where team lost to the team in the playoffs the year before. You know, they want to shoot the ball well. They want to get out to a lead and get up on them and push that lead up. You know, like if they get a lead, they want to keep pushing that lead up. So they're going to keep going, stay in rhythm, and keep scoring. And then, you know, that's just going to keep the other team, you know, dragging the totals up with them. So, and both teams are rested. Yeah, I could only look over. I could only look over 233 and a half there for them. All right, guys. Next game, Detroit Pistons at the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh man, guys, I want to bet the Pistons so bad. I want to bet them so bad, man. This guys, there's a couple teams this year that's going to make us a lot of money. The Detroit Pistons, they will make us a lot of money for the entire year. And I'm telling you this right now because I know they're not going to win like a ton of games to be in the playoff conversation. This is how this happens, guys. Like Orlando Magic, they were money makers for the last 2 seasons, like big time money makers for me. And it's simple. They're in a smaller market. They're not appreciated by, you know, the average betting, you know, Joe. So there's not a betting bandwagon for them. So the value stays there all year long. The Pistons are going to be underdogs in a ton of games, guys. And man, they got a good. I really like Bickerstaff. They got a good head coach, strong head coach. They got a good young core and a mix of veteran shooters and veteran presence. Like that's what you want, guys. That's what you want in a team that you want to back. Like they're not going to quit, and that's exactly what you want. So, yeah, no teams on a back-to-back here. Both teams are rested. Detroit next 5 games alternate between home and road. Everyone's healthy, and then you know it's funny. Tobias Harris returns to Philadelphia. Ha ha ha! Like they're really, you know, they're probably going to boo him because like he was a waste of money, waste of a signing. Honestly, like he didn't do much there at all. So that's going to be kind of funny. Philly, the 76ers are off Thursday and Friday. So they're going to give a big effort, guys. Philadelphia is going to give a huge effort. I know they are because they're only 1-2. They need to win. Like they have high aspirations for their season this year. So, and then they're home again Saturday and off Sunday. So like this is they're at home for a week, off a good win, need to get another win, play on Saturday, off Sunday. So like this is a really good spot for Philadelphia in my opinion. It's just, are they going to take advantage of it? Because if they come in and not take Detroit seriously, like they don't have the players and the bench guys to, you know, recover from that. So, and Detroit's still looking for the first win. They're still looking for the first win with JB Bickerstaff. So, and I don't know. There's a lot of conflicting things there. What's the line at? Let's see, -4.5. That's a good number, guys. I mean, that number's like. I mean, that's what I would put the number at, honestly. 4.5. That's a really good number because I do see a small 76ers win. So if you're telling me, yeah, over unders 216.5. Yeah, I mean, these 76ers games, for some reason, like, I don't know what they do. I think it's just the style that Nick Nurse plays, the head coach for the 76ers, because I think. Yeah, they're an under team in my opinion, guys. They're an under team. I could only look under 2. I understand the under money coming in there. All right, let's go to the next game, guys. The New York Knicks at the Miami Heat. This is a good game too. This is a good game. So both teams are not on back-to-backs, so they're fresh. The Knicks start a 4-game road trip. Josh Hart's still questionable. I think it's like a lower body injury thing he's coming off. And they're coming off a loss as well. Miami is off 2 wins. They're also off Thursday and Friday, just like the 76ers are. So, they're going to be rested and ready to go in this one. And then they're at the Wizards Saturday. But everyone's healthy. They showed up well for Dwayne Wade night last night. Pistons still got the cover for us. That was good. That was good. And if you know anything about the Knicks, so the Knicks on the road the last 2 seasons, they play extremely well in the first quarter and the first half of road games, like really well. So that might be the look here, but I'm probably going to stay off of this, guys. I probably am. And the reason's simple. I don't know exactly where New York is, like with the whole Karl Anthony Towns, inserting him, and that it is a different. And then obviously Mikal Bridges, like his shot, he's still working on that. And I know he has chemistry with Brunson and Josh Hart, but from their college days, but still, there's a lot going on there, in my opinion, still. And then Miami, there's nothing new going on there. It's business as usual. So I I lean Miami at home, even though the Knicks have been really good historically recently with coming off losses and then playing well on the road and sneaking out road wins. So I'm going to stay off that game. That's going to be a look and learn, watch and learn situation for me. Let me see what the over under is, guys. Over under for the Heat, 214 and a half. Oh yeah, that's the only thing. So the Heat are +2. I'm sorry, guys. Like just from a pure line value point, line value standpoint, these teams are basically even. At worst, if you want to give the Knicks like a slight advantage, then this game should be pick 'em. There's no way the Heat at home healthy should be getting 2 points. No way, guys. No way. And usually, if you've been doing sports betting for like a couple years now, and you're like watch these spreads and lines and how they move, then you understand that most of the time when something like this happens, like the Heat are at home and they're underdogs, and it doesn't really make any sense. Usually the Heat win and cover. Not all the time, but I'm telling you, like if you had a bet, like just pure line value, it would be the Heat +2. The Heat should not be underdogs in this game. They're not that bad of a team. They're not 2 points worse at home than the Knicks. I know the Knicks are coming off a loss. They're 1-2. They need to win more than the Heat, but that doesn't mean they're going to get it. So, yeah, that's what that game is. I'm staying away from that game. All right, next game we have the Orlando Magic at the Chicago Bulls. This is an interesting game too, guys. This is an interesting game too. Let's see, no teams. Both teams are not on a back-to-back, so they'll be fresh and healthy, ready to go for this one. All right. Orlando starts a 5-game road trip here. Everyone's pretty healthy, even Franz Wagner. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to say the German names, man. He was illness. He had an illness, and he sat out the second half of that game the other day. So we'll see if he plays, but I don't think he had an injury designation. I think he's good now. Chicago, they have a weird schedule, guys. They literally alternate every other game, or not every other. Every game, it goes road, home, road, home, road, home for a month. Like the next 15 games, they're going to be playing in 15 different arenas. You can look into that and say that means something. I don't really buy into that. I don't know. I don't. So only Lonzo Ball is questioned. Oh no, Lonzo Ball, his injury came out. He's going to miss 10 days, I believe, with his wrist soreness. Yeah, Lonzo is not going to play tomorrow. So let's see what the line is. There wasn't a line when it came out earlier. Oh wow, it's Magic -6. Gosh, I'm sorry, that's a disrespectful line of the Bulls. The Bulls just came back from 20 points last game. They beat Milwaukee at home. I'm sorry, I think I'm going to bet the Bulls again at +6. That's a line that's just like, trust me, I like the Magic. Magic are more physical. They have more bigger players, to out-rebound the Bulls, but still, I like the Bulls with 6 points at home. Yeah. Over-under is 227 and a half. I think I could only look over there just because the Bulls. I think the Bulls are into scoring points, guys, and not playing like great defense right now. At least that's what they've shown. So I won't get there with the over under in that game. But yeah, that's my thought process on that. I'm definitely looking at Chicago right there. Okay, next game, the Brooklyn Nets at the Memphis Grizzlies. I can only look at the Grizzlies, guys. The Brooklyn Nets were in a overtime game with the Nuggets tonight, and they just got like, they lost. Oh man, gosh, guys, if you had +5, -5, I feel sorry for you guys, man, because that game, that would have been stressful to watch. Is it better? Because that game literally bounced around the spread from the fourth quarter all the way through overtime, and it looked like you were going to win for sure with Brooklyn, and then it looked for sure like you were going to win with a spread with the Nuggets, and then land right on 5. So, I'm sorry, guys, that sucks. Wow, it's up to -12.5 Grizzlies. And I agree. I guess I agree. Let me see. Let me think about it. Sorry, I haven't saw this first time seeing this line because they didn't have it up before the game. Yeah, I mean Ben Simmons is going to play, and I don't know the Brooklyn Nets. They showed some good fight tonight. I like this is also a team where I think we can win some money in spots this year, and I'm looking forward to that. So, but this spot having to travel right now, like they're not even on the plane right now, guys. They're not even on the plane right now. Like they're gonna get into Memphis at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, I mean I can only look towards Memphis. I definitely will be on Memphis first quarter, first half. Even with the large spread number, I will be on them early, for sure. Man, I need John Morant to play, guys. Come on, like, what's up? He only played 25 minutes on Saturday, and then he misses Monday. Like, come on, man. Let's play ball, man. You're like 24 years old. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Let's see what the next game is. Oh, the over under in that game is 224.5. I don't know. I mean, the Nets. The Nets showed me something with their shooting tonight, but I don't know if that was an anomaly. And I think I got to look at the box score, but I think a lot of their bench was actually draining threes. I know Cameron Johnson, he was draining threes, but I need to look at that because if the bench players are really coming on strong for Brooklyn, they're gonna make us a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. So I have to look at that box score. But yeah, I can only look at the Grizz. I can only look at the Grizz. Let's see. For Memphis, though, I think it's a 3-game homestand for Memphis. Whatever. Let's move on. I can only look Grizzlies that way, guys. All right, next game, the Spurs at the Thunder. Oh man, this is a tough game in my opinion, just because the line's up to -13.5 on the Thunder, and so the Thunder's first 3 games, they've basically won by 20, or pretty much around 20 every single game, and this is where they're at. Like they're a super young team. The core's been together for like this is going into their 3rd season this year. And, when a team's like that and they're young and they haven't proven anything and they had a kind of a disappointing exit to the playoffs last year, as a 1 seed, you know, these teams stay hungry and they kind of don't know, like, they're out to prove themselves every game, it feels like. It feels like every game they're out to prove themselves. So, like, and as a bettor, you love that, but then also like you're getting these huge lines because the books know that, and everyone knows that the Thunder are just trying to like absolutely annihilate teams. So yeah, that's tough. I mean, Spurs are, they're an NBA team. They're not. I mean, obviously they're not going to win like a ton of games this year, but they're no slouch of a team. Let's see. The Spurs, it's first of a back-to-back. So the Spurs do play Milwaukee on Thursday. And then they're back home for like a homestand on Saturday. Everyone's healthy for San Antonio. OKC does not have a back-to-back, so they don't play on Thursday, and they didn't play tonight. So they're going to be rested, ready to go. But they have a 2-game road trip on deck. Everyone's healthy that's been playing for the Thunder. Yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know. They may start slow and then just annihilate them in the second half. I mean, I don't know. The Thunder are honestly like Boston, where I would not. And honestly, I think the Thunder are the only team that can really hang with Boston from a scoring standpoint. Like, I think that's going to be the favorite for the finals this year. I think the Thunder have a really, really, really good chance of getting there. And then I would love to see that. I think the Thunder are really the only team that can really challenge Boston's prolific shooting. I mean, Boston puts up 120 like it's nothing, but so can the Thunder. So I would love to see that. All right, guys, let's see. Next game, Pelicans at the Warriors. So they're playing tonight right now, and Andrew Wiggins is probably not going to play tomorrow. Who else? Steph Curry's obviously not going to play. DeAnthony Melton. I don't know. Melton might play tomorrow. He might play, so we'll have to wait on that. But Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry, they're not going to play most likely. I mean, obviously not Steph Curry, but I think Wiggins too. Let me see what that score is right now, guys. I have a bet on the Pelicans. I need them to win for me here. See what it's at. Fourth quarter. Oh, man. Warriors pulling away on them. Gosh, it's so annoying. The Pelicans are such an annoying team, guys, because like they start off hot in the first quarter, in the first half, especially on the road. Like that's been their story for like the last 2-3 seasons. They start off hot on the road and then they just melt. They just like fold. And I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know if that's the head coach Green. I don't know if that's his issue. It probably is his issue. I mean, if teams have like a habit of that, like you gotta look at the head coach because like they have the talent there. I mean, there's no way they should be losing to a Steph Curry-less team. No Andrew Wiggins. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. Like my Warriors, we got a lot of good bench depth for sure. We do, but man, like Warriors, Pelicans, you got to take care of business there. Man, that's really annoying, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the Warriors head out on a 5-game road trip after tomorrow, after the second game between the Pelicans tomorrow, but that starts on Saturday. So they have Thursday, Friday off. So they have some time to like relax after this game tomorrow. So they'll come to work ready to go tomorrow. And then the Pelicans, they have a 4-game homestand on deck after tomorrow's game with the Warriors. So, man, if the Warriors win this game, I can only look at the Pelicans tomorrow, and I really don't want to bet them again because like this is annoying. This is annoying, and I'll be even more annoyed if they lose tomorrow as well. But that'll be the spot for sure. I mean, you got to take the loser. Whoever loses this game, you got to take them tomorrow, in my opinion. That's the only way I can look at it. Let's see if there's a line out on it. Let me see. No, there's no line out on the game for tomorrow. No over-under, no line. So, okay, last game, guys, last game. Trailblazers at the Clippers. It's the start of a 5-game homestand for the Clippers and their new arena. What's it called? Intuit, and they got the wall with the crazy fans that want to like be loud in there. And you know what? That's really something to take into consideration with betting because, you know, the first home game that they played there against the, the Suns, you know, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant missed free throws on that end. They said there's something to it over there. They said they liked the wall. They said it brought good energy and all that stuff. So, you know, at the end of the game, that wall, I could see it helping out on the point spread. I really could. And this line's so high, guys. Oh no, it went down. Sorry, it's not as high as I thought. Let me see here. Let me see. Sorry, my app is bugging right now. Oh, there we go. -7.5 on the Clippers. That's about right. That's a good line. Because I think the Trailblazers are a little bit better than what I thought they were. And they're showing good fight. And I mean, you gotta kind of think about it too. I mean, that group has been together for 2 or 3 seasons too, or at least the core of it, you know. So they know how to play with each other. You know, keep the game respectable, keep the game close. I could see the Trailblazers keeping this close, guys. But I'm probably going to stay off of this game. Like I want to. I think tomorrow's going to be a watch and learn day for me for a lot of these games. Like I need to see these teams, see how they respond, and go from there. So let's see. The total is 213.5. I don't know. I feel like the Trailblazers actually have some scoring in them, but I'm not going to. Again, it's going to be watch and learn. It's like the fourth or fifth game for some of these teams. So, just take it slow, take it easy, unless there's something that, you know, I feel like is worthy to fire away at. But a lot, it's a lot to learn right now. It's a lot to learn. Got to really take it all in and, go from there. So, yeah, no, it's a lot of games tomorrow, but honestly, there's not a lot that I love. Man, yesterday there was a lot of games. I loved a ton of stuff on the card, and I only won 3 units. So, I felt like I should have won a lot more, but whatever. That's sports betting, guys. That's sports betting. So that's it, everybody. That is it. I appreciate you guys listening to the show, and I'm on like a little bit of a break in my personal life. Like I gotta run and do some stuff. So that's why if you see me on YouTube, I'm at a hotel right now. So I'll try to get another podcast out tomorrow night, and I'll do the NFL podcast tomorrow night as well. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. We will go from there. All right, I'll see you on the next show.